What's up guys, David here for another quick little video. Recently, I just got back from the 50th anniversary of the Mustang. Pretty incredible to think that this car is 50 years old now. Crazy stuff. Now with that said, the 2015 Mustang is now on the horizon. It's about to go into production fairly soon, and many of you guys have asked me, what do I really think of it now that I've seen it in person about 4 or 5 times. This is a continuation of my last What Do I Think of the 2015 Mustang video, so if you haven't watched that, press pause on this and go see that. Basically in that I talk about the entire history of why they changed the design of the Mustang and why it has different themes and elements to it. Why the design has changed, the mechanics of it, what have you. Now the 2015 has been of great debate here on the interwebs. Some people say they hate it, some people say they love it. It's Clash of the Titans when it comes to opinion. So let's just get it out of the way. This is all my opinion. So we can all agree to disagree. In my last video, I described the 2015 Mustang as I didn't mind it. Now what that meant was I didn't love it and I didn't hate it at all. It was still a Mustang to me, and that was the most important thing. Now that I've seen it in person several times, what's the verdict? I love it. So, with that said, let's talk about my first impressions of the car in person. The 2015 Mustang is very different. If you take a 2013 Mustang and then you take a 2015 Mustang and put them next to each other, you can see the elements of each car, but they are very different. The best way I can describe between the 2013 and 14 model Mustangs and the 2015 model Mustangs is a sense of, I guess, organic feel. The 2013 and the 2014 are much more, I guess you could say, rigid and much more kind of cut out. Not that that's not a bad thing at all. I love the styling of the 2013 and 2014s. But with this said, it looks like more you could take kind of just like a razor knife and just kind of cut it along, you know, and then bam, you got your Mustang. With the 2015, it's much more fluid and lifelike almost. It all looks like one piece, even though it's not. The lines of the car are very, very evasive to say photography and film. That's why a lot of people, I feel, don't like it, because it's so hard to capture these lines for some reason. It's funny because I'd be in person and look at it and be like, wow, this car is absolutely beautiful. But on the camera, I'm just like, how can I get this to line up with the brain? I got it. But let's move on to the styling cues with the lines. One of the big jokes on the internet right now is that it looks just like a Ford Fusion or something like that. But let me tell you, if you take the Ford Fusion and you took a 2015 Mustang and put them next to each other, there's a lot of differences. The Ford Fusion has more of that Aston Martin-ish kind of deal, you know, with the silver grille and all that kind of stuff. Still has that kind of big mouth kind of deal, but it's a different shape. A lot of people don't like the new headlights on the 2015 Mustang, but trust me, they work. The reason they work is because if you take the 2013 Mustang GTs, and you know how they're kind of flat like this, and it kind of works with the body because it's all flat in the front-ish. It has this nice gradual slant like this. Well, with the 2015, it's all one nice curve. It's fluid, the lines are fluid, so the headlights kind of have to be fluid with it, if you know what I'm trying to say. If the headlights were just kind of rigid and the rest of the car was all flowy and organic, it just wouldn't make any sense and it would look 10 times worse. Another thing is with the grille. The grille, even in the GTs, don't have fog lights anymore. And that kind of threw me off. I'm so used to seeing fog lights in a Mustang's grille when it's a V8 model or above. But honestly, it's kind of a nice change of pace. Like many car channels here on YouTube have said, it has kind of these kind of fangs in the grille that give it this really intense, aggressive look. It really sets the car off, even though it's only a subtle little thing. Just a little thing. 2015 50th anniversary Mustang, however, has much more of a old school look to it. It has like the silver trim in the grille, very much like you would find on a lot of the V6 Mustangs of the 05 to 09 era. Honestly, I've never been that much of a fan of it, but it still looks kind of classy, I'll give it that. Since it is trying to throw back to the old days, it makes sense. Now let's talk about the side profile of the car. The side profile of the car, like I said, it's very organic and fluid. It doesn't really have any abrupt movements. It goes like this, and it goes over, and kind of glides down. Kind of abruptly though. It glides down, and then it goes into like kind of this ducktail spoiler on the back. which makes me think that a California Special or any kind of aftermarket spoiler is gonna look really silly on this car, because it already has that kind of embedded ducktail, if that makes sense. So I couldn't ever really imagine like an elevated spoiler on it, but I could be proven wrong. We don't know. But with that being said, the taillights are very cool. Instead of being cut out like the old ones, it's part of the body essentially. And for some reason, a lot of photography and lighting makes it look like it has these like candy cane white kind of taillights in it. It doesn't. They're solid red. The deck lid on the back is finally different too. There's no more fake gas cap on the back, which a lot of people really didn't like. I didn't really mind it that much, but I've always liked kind of the RTR back deck lids on the 2013 and 14, so it was a nice surprise. The stance of this car just screams aggression. It has this nice stance to it, and it just sits and it just looks mean. And what else is there to say about the 2015 Mustang? Well, as many of people already know, there's a line lock that comes standard. So you can do burnouts with no problem at all, and not really have to worry about wearing down your brakes so much. So the 2015 Mustang, in my mind, has really stepped up its game. At the very start, a lot of people didn't like it, which I could understand since it is a very drastic change, but it's still a Mustang, guys. When you stand around it, it has the vibe of a Mustang. It's still Mustang. It's still America. Don't worry about it, guys. I'm telling you, go see it in person, make your own judgments. But if you don't like it, that's cool too. I personally love it. So, once again, now that we've seen it more often, what do you guys think of the 2015 Mustang? Leave a comment section below, like and subscribe, and I hope to see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.